Hey chess fans, this is a video about simplification, calculation, and visualization. In this position, white has just played its knight from here to here, and it should alert black to the fact that a queen trade is possible. Because if black takes this knight, black's knight here, takes this knight here, then this pawn would recapture. Okay, so then there's the possibility of a queen trade. Does black want the queens off the board? Well, material is equal. Would there be any benefit? Well, what's the queen doing? The queen is guarding this knight. And this knight could be captured by this knight. So maybe that means that it would be a good idea for black to trade queens. Let's look at the position again. Knight takes knight. Pawn takes knight. Queen takes queen. Rook takes queen. And now knight takes knight. Be good enough for me to try to make that trade. Now there's more to the puzzle, but let's make these moves first. Knight takes knight. Pawn takes knight. Now notice that this pawn is attacking the knight. But white is not going to take this knight right now because he's got to recapture the queen. And that leaves an opening for here. All right, so you've won a piece and you're threatening to capture another. Now, this is a good tip for white here. If a piece is under fire, one good way to get rid of that piece is to trade it. So there's an opportunity here to trade. And now black is up a piece. So what's white's next move going to be? Here's the second part to this. White's next move is going to be here. Now, if you got lots of time on your clock, don't panic here. If you've got time on your clock, don't panic in a situation like this. You want to find the best square. Now, this square is not a good idea, of course, because you're going to lose your knight to this pawn. So the two candidate squares are going to be here and here. So which one is better? Or are they both equal? Well, let's look at them. I would immediately think to myself, yeah, I'm going to jump to this square. If I didn't have a lot of time and I had to go on instinct, I would jump to this square because it attacks the rook. And the rook isn't able to come down here because of this pawn is guarding the square. So it would have to move. White would have to move the rook, and that's a tempo. So let's just take a look at it. Okay. So that would be my first instinct. Now, what about this move? Okay. So I've gotten the knight out of the way. So both moves are equal, right? No. This move right here actually can trap the knight if white finds this move. So great little thing to know here is that, sometimes knights can be trapped. And because this pawn is attacking the knight can't go here, here, and here because of its own squares. If he goes here, he's captured. And of course, he can't go here because he will be captured as well by this pawn. So the first instinct was right. Now, that's not always the case in chess. Your first instinct isn't always going to be right. But it just shows why you should calculate. If you have the time on your clock, calculate both places. And, you're more likely to find the right move. Please leave a comment if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.